Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving straight into a massive philosophical concept, translating some of the most profound insights from Albert Pike's classic, Morals and Dogma, into a visual journey. We're going to be exploring the deep intellectual link between the strict mathematical order we see all around us in nature and what that means for the ultimate purpose of our existence. So get comfortable, because we're about to step way back and look at the actual framework of our reality. Okay. Let's start with literally the most fundamental philosophical question you could possibly ask, one that totally challenges everything we assume about being alive. When you look up at the night sky, or when you study the insanely complex biology of a single cell, what are you actually looking at? Is the whole thing just one colossal cosmic accident, like a lucky roll of the dice spanning billions of years? Or is it a system that was designed with an underlying intentional purpose? Because that isn't just a question for ancient philosophers. It's the ultimate question for all of us. Just consider the difference between these two potential realities. In a totally chaotic universe, everything is driven by pure chance, right? There's no underlying architecture, no intended direction, and, well, no inherent meaning at all. But contrast that with a structured universe, a world built on a foundation of deliberate order. If we're living in a structured reality, then every single physical law, every planetary orbit, every tiny biological mechanism is actually part of a grander blueprint. And if there's a blueprint, well, that changes absolutely everything about how we view our place in the world. All right, Section 1, Math, Order, and Natural Law. We've got to begin our philosophical staircase at the absolute base level of empirical observation. We aren't starting with abstract beliefs here. We're looking at hard science. Because before we can even talk about a designer, we have to look really closely at the design itself. Specifically, that intellectual link between scientific laws and the order of the cosmos. Just think about a sunflower for a second. Its seeds literally grow in perfect alignment with the Fibonacci sequence. It's a mathematical ratio we find everywhere from seashells to spiral galaxies. The natural laws governing gravity, electromagnetism, thermodynamics, they aren't just suggestions, they are exact, mathematically precise equations. From a blooming flower to a spinning galaxy, we see this undeniable balance and harmony. So mathematics isn't just some concept humans invented, it's the actual language the universe is written in. And that brings us to a really compelling logical leap. If we accept that this mathematical order and precision exist everywhere, we logically have to consider that order implies design. The universe operates like a flawless, infinitely complex clock. It's not chaotic at all. It's incredibly organized, and therefore it's deeply meaningful. When science reveals these undeniable mathematical patterns in nature, it's simultaneously revealing a profound underlying architecture. Moving on to Part 2, the Grand Master Architect. So to understand the source of all this incredible mathematical order, classic texts like Pike's Morals and Dogma introduce a really vital conceptual framework, the Grand Master Architect. Now, it's crucial to understand here. This isn't demanding blind belief from you, not at all. Rather, it invites us to explore this architect as a powerful symbol of the creative intelligence behind existence. It's a way for our minds to grasp the structure, the math, and the order we just observed in nature. It's simply the recognition that a highly organized system kind of demands an organizing principle. Which brings us to Part 3, humans as mirror creators. Having looked at the macrocosm, the universe, the stars, the physics, let's zoom right in and observe the microcosm of human existence. How do we as individuals actually fit into this vast framework? Well, think about human nature. Our very instinct is to create, build, and organize the world around us. We engineer massive skyscrapers, we develop complex conceptual ideas, we shape these incredibly intricate social and technological systems. Every single day, we bring order to chaos in our own lives. At our core, we are creators. And that leads to this absolutely profound realization. We create because we are part of a creative system. Our innate drive to shape systems isn't just some random evolutionary accident. It is simply a reflection of the higher universal principle of design that we belong to. We are, in essence, mirroring the Grand Master Architect. Human creativity is basically a fractal, a smaller, mirrored version of the grander design of the cosmos itself. Let's look at Part 4, the role of reason and observation. To really grasp this connection, and do it without just relying on blind faith, Pike outlines a pretty rigorous methodology. Step 1, critical observation. We actively study the world, noticing those mathematical patterns and natural laws we talked about. Step 2, reason. We apply strict logic to what we observe, thinking critically about the evidence in front of us. And step 3, inquiry. We have to endlessly ask questions and seek meaning. This right here is the intellectual link, where the scientific method perfectly meets philosophical exploration. Next up, part 5, science, philosophy, and spirituality. You know, people so often treat these three disciplines as if they're completely at war with one another. But this framework shows us something entirely different. Look at how they interact. Science functions to explain how things work. It maps out the mathematical precision. Philosophy functions to explore meaning. It asks why that math exists in the first place. And spirituality connects us to purpose. It anchors us to the intelligence behind the design. They aren't opposing forces at all. They're actually three essential paths leading up the exact same mountain of truth. Now, I'm not going to lie, embarking on this path is not easy. The search for deeper truth requires an unbelievable amount of patience, immense curiosity, and just unwavering openness. A mind that's attuned to the Grandmaster Architect is never going to be satisfied with surface-level answers. Pursuing broader perspectives isn't just a means to an end. The search itself is a vital, transformative part of the journey.
Finally, part 6, finding your intentional purpose.
So we've gone from the mathematical order of the cosmos to human creativity, right through the lenses of science and philosophy. And the absolute most crucial takeaway is this: if there is design, there has to be purpose. When we finally recognize the universe as this intentional structure of mathematical harmony, rather than just some random chaotic void, we realize our own lives hold deep significance. Your life is not meaningless. Your actions actually matter. You're not just a random collection of atoms. You are a deliberate part of the design, and you have a very specific role to play within the whole shebang. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, deeper question to chew on. Start looking for the order. Look for the math. What patterns do you notice in your own life? And how do those patterns shape your personal sense of purpose? Keep observing, keep reasoning, and whatever you do, keep seeking.